27th for Saturday morning. 64 degrees in Detroit. If you're traveling north this weekend... Cloudy and cool tonight, sunshine and warmer tomorrow, a high in the middle 80s someplace. If you've been on the road all day, why not stop and grab a cup of coffee?
Good evening, sir. I'd like to see your operator's license, registration, and proof of insurance for your car, please. The reason I'm stopping you tonight is supposed to hit 55-mile-an-hour speed limit. You're driving at a speed of 60 seconds.
It's not too often that you issue a person a ticket, we think.
Okay, reference your registration, Traverse City, on a 71 Pontiac station wagon brake.
We have that plate again. B-boy, Y-L-O-G, George, 8.
You have your driver's license? Take it out of the wallet, please.
318, station 30.
318. Please no 318.
Okay.
Enforcement reduces accidents.
State police say the weekend's
Chills
chilly.
button down your spine. Wondering how serious it is, and are people injured, where they're at, in the car, out of the car.
You just grab a first aid kit and go from one to the other. Try to find the most serious and then help them first.
The worst thing is probably waiting for an ambulance to come. It seems like it's an eternity. You have to talk to any witnesses you find.
Anyone with her? Anybody we can notify for you?
Too many things fly at you at once. You just have to try to maintain control. Kind of an airy feeling to have to go out and pick up flesh off the road. But yet, it's one of those things you have to do.
The trooper or the individual himself, he has to be dedicated because there's sometimes he's doing things that maybe, hey, he's not going to like it.
13-10. A report of family trouble at 1138 Oak Grove. Husband has a rifle.
31331, we have a subject with a gun heading for the backyard of the other car.
Okay.
Check that side.
Yep. Al! Stay where you're at! Al, come on, let's talk about it. What do you want to talk about? I'll kill you. Come on, put the gun down. I'll blow your head right off. Put the gun down, Al. Come on out, Al. We ain't gonna hurt you. We'll help you and your family in whatever possible way. Now, come on out. How you gonna help? We'll help you in whatever way we can. We'll talk about it. Come on out. Talk to me. I want somebody to talk to. We'll help you and your wife in whatever's possible. Put the gun down, Al. Stay right where you're at. What's the problem? Put the gun down, Al. Will you help me if I put it down? Right, we will. Put the gun down. Come on over here then, we'll talk. Walk towards us with your hands up. That's it, come on over. All right, Al. Let's bring this out. He's going for the gun, Jerry.
With you and your wife.
I ain't got nothing to say. I can't do nothing now.
Well, you shouldn't have ran in the woods with that gun. Somebody could have got killed. Why don't you, let's go back and talk to your wife. Get this straightened out.
Okay. You just leave the truck stop it, all right? Okay, let's do it.
Then you got that other one there, was it Adam 7-Eleven or Adam 12? There's an awful lot of things happening in half an hour. I know myself from past experiences, I could go out for 8 hours and maybe just stop the cars, and that's it. You know, I don't have this family fight, and I don't have this shooting, and I don't have the B&E in progress and these other things. This is television, and they blow it up.
It isn't like being in a city place where you got somebody a block away if you need it. We may be 40 miles from the nearest help, so you got to use your head. You've got a lot of discretion, particularly as a state police officer, because of the fact that you are not closely supervised every minute. You're out in the boondocks by yourself a lot of times, and you handle things your best judgment the way they should be handled.
Hey, we're getting the people back.
Well, certainly you can't do without the proper equipment, but it's most important to have trained personnel to operate that equipment. We've got aircraft, we've got voice print, we've got electronic equipment that's quite sophisticated, but with all that equipment, if you don't have the training of the personnel that are to operate that equipment, you really don't have very much.
Yes, sir.
The training program is a very rigid, very difficult program. It's demanding physically, it's demanding academically. We demanded a certain level of performance. People that don't perform at that level are not acceptable. We demand an excessive amount of an individual's time, particularly in the training phases. They work many hours over and above 8 hours a day.
Once you get the splint on, you're going to have to start at one end and unroll.
So these people live, eat, sleep, and breathe state police for 14 weeks. And if they want it, they'll be there. And if they don't want it, they probably won't stay.
2, 3.
Communication Center? I got a bank alarm at Thompson and Torrey, the First National Bank.
Anywhere from 511 to 64.
Involved is one white male.
Possible direction of travel is south on Torrey.
All stations, stand by for a message and blockade. Armed with a small handgun, unknown amount of money in a brown paper shopping bag.
Looks good, real good. Keep looking back till the car stops moving completely. Okay. You got 1 minute and 50 seconds to complete the course. The one that you hit there, that yellow one with the red top, you should have missed it.
I would certainly find myself in a position where I could entertain a motion for a mistrial. Caution the witness that you're moving into very dangerous territory. Mr. Prosecutor?
Would you look at this? Was it on the drawer?
After receiving this call, you did what?
Is this testifying from your memory, officer? Did you make any notes concerning this matter? Officer, was the window 24 inches square? Would you look at this, and would you care to refresh your memory? Whose initials appear on this? You sure it wasn't on the door leading into the building? Would you read to the jury? Your Honor, I object to this entire line of questioning.
Prior to court today, Detective Sergeant Ames from the Crime Lab, State Police.
I take it that you did dust for this impression, officer?
Yes, sir, that's correct.
I then called the latent prints and asked for a comparison of the prints with the subject that was described to us.
The job is the thing that we're concerned with. And if it takes more than 8 hours, then we'll have to work more than 8 hours to get the job done.
Constitution of this state, and discharge the duties of an officer of the Department of State Police to the best of my ability, and will preserve, protect, and defend.
There's always a time in these graduation ceremonies that is of particular interest to the wives and families. It is a matter of assignment.
The first two assignments go to Brighton. Michael R. Byam. Number 2 is Carl G. Lundgren. Next is the 3rd district. The first one is to Bay City, and that's Needlinger. Joe L. Needlinger.
Needlinger? Neidlinger, right? It's going to take me a long time to get that straight. And if they've successfully completed this whole program, then they are certified and confirmed as a state police trooper. But they're on probation for that whole first year.
Now, this is a rough schedule, but
you can look on here and find out which form you want. You can look up.
Keep in mind that you are at times going to be behind in reports. That because of the volume, you're not going to be able to follow up everything, and you're not always going to be able to keep ahead. You're at times going to be unable to go back and recheck and follow up on complaint investigations like you'd like to.
57577, go to the Kroger store, have a lady having a seizure, ambulance is in.
It's rewarding to be able to help these people out.
you fall on the ice recently? No?
Okay.
Where's your purse? Does she have it? Okay. Would you get me all your driver's license to do it, please?
Okay, then you're going to hang on to her belongings, right?
Yeah, I'm taking one.
Thanks.
Probably go over there and see.
Yeah, it'd be wise to stop in case somebody has to sign her in. You hang on to her license.
Hi.
If I might check on the condition of a Mrs. Church. She was admitted about an hour ago.
Okay. Just a moment. Well, she was just admitted, so maybe you could check later. You can give me some more information.
I'll come back when I'm off duty.
Okay.
State Police, Sergeant Butler.
Where is Stevens Street?
There's been some vandals here.
Some clown chased his wife out of the house with a loaded rifle. There's a blue Falcon that's taken about 4 lanes in every direction there is.
A deer hit our car and we're on I-75. We sure appreciate everything you people have been doing for us.
He slid down in the ditch.
How deep is the snow around here?
Got a hold-up alarm for the first test.
We were just dropped.
Did I check back on Mrs. Church?
Oh, yeah. She's doing just fine now. She's improved.
It happens so quick that you don't have time to really get to know a person, but yet you have the concern for them. It seems kind of good to see them after a while, especially when they're about to be released.
You know that you've been arrested for driving under the influence of intoxicants? That's what you told me. I'm going to ask you to perform a series of simple dexterity tests. It should only take about 10 minutes. Are you willing to cooperate in this?
Look, you brought me here. You guys are always right.
Right. I'm going to ask you not to smoke, okay?
I'm 21.
Yeah, well, we've got another part of the test here that...
These yours?
No.
Whose are they?
Give me the cigarette.
Okay.
This way you won't be tempted to smoke, all right? We'll lay him over here after the tests are completed. We'll give you an opportunity to smoke if you like.
So I get to take a test to prove that maybe you haven't been drinking too out there?
Diving anywhere in Michigan is difficult because of visibility. Anything that you're diving for is going to be down inside the mud. Members of the Underwater Recovery Squad dive once a month during the winter months, twice a month during the summer months for training purposes. The squad itself dives for just about anything that's submerged in water. Mainly would be underwater body
body recoveries from drownings, boating accidents, stolen property would be done.
Yeah, same business. We believe we recovered some property that was taken during the break-in at your church there or school, and we'd like to have somebody come to the state police post and identify it if possible.
Good.
Yeah, two of those, eh? Mm-hmm. I'll give you a hand. You got the vehicle that you can put it in, or?
Of course, the different facets of the work are break-in enterings, rapes, burglaries, assaults, bad checks, larcenies, you name it, and we handle it. A big portion of this is paperwork, because everything has to be documented for court purposes. It's a very necessary part of the work. It's a time-consuming part.
9974.
As usual, their line is busy. Good, how are you?
Busy. Well, there's a certain element of excitement, I think, in this work. I enjoy the work. I just hate being behind all the time. I like to be busy, but I hate to be behind. Because if you get 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 different cases going at one time, it's almost impossible to do each run like it should be done.
Is he out on bounds? We'll go to the prosecutor this morning.
I'll turn these
Yep.
Okay, we've got an entry on here.
I like to talk to people. I like helping people, especially young people. Get them straightened around. I think that's kind of rewarding to see a subject on the wrong path and being able to talk to him and work with him on a case and then seeing him, his life trend change.
Hey, John.
I think that you get a complaint to answer, and you go to the scene, they make your investigation, that they feel that the suspect will be caught, and there's no doubt in their mind. They don't realize the work that goes into it, and the judicial procedure, you know, the court and the prosecutor's office, and the end results.
It's hard sometimes to restrain yourself from emotions, but we have to. A body to us is a piece of evidence. We're dealing in realistic, hard facts. If you let your emotions involve you in what you're dealing with, you're not going to get the same results as you do if you consider it as just a piece of evidence. But I think the big thing is you get so you don't show your emotions. Hey, we're all human.
If somebody reports a particular offense and the police response is not totally satisfactory in terms of nobody was arrested, nobody found out who B&E'd a place or who stole your car or whatever, then of course you probably lose a little faith and say, well, I don't know why I bothered reporting it. You can have breaking and enterings of cottages that occurred within the past 2 months. Nobody's been there. Very difficult to start from scratch. And the only thing I can hope for is that the men under my command will do their very best. But once that's solved and wrapped up and you go on to something else, and that's the beauty of the job, is the variety. You know, you've got something different all the time.
Take a look at the diversified areas within the state police and compare them with other departments. Working within the school system, being a diver, or it may consist of being one of the departmental pilots that fly the helicopters and airplanes, or it may be interested in the scientific lab.
All I'd like you to do is walk around this rectangle here, walk heel to toe like this. Okay, don't lean on the cupboard there. Just do it without holding on or... Okay, you know a camera is being used to record both of us here? Yep. My attorney's going to hear about this.
Didn't know any English, and I had to advise him of his rights in Spanish.
Porque hay unos chamacos acá por esta calle y acá, pues por donde quiera, los...
6-1, 614, assist the Kent County car. They have an officer in trouble at 1548 M57.
Sometimes it's quicker to go without the red light and the siren. And then sometimes when you do use the red light and siren and you're going full tilt, for some reason you're called off.
61614, disregard the last. The officer is okay.
So you shut off your red light and your siren and you coast along, or you slow down, or you stop. Somebody that you have passed already goes by. They think that you are taking advantage of your police car and your position.
All right, go. Head for the lead. Dive in. Go. Jump right in.
There is worry, definitely. There is worry. I think any wife in the department, when a troop puts on his uniform and goes out on the road, she's got to worry to a certain extent, although it becomes second nature to her after a while. It's just as if we were worried. We can't go to a car worried, and I think that she, as does any wife, kind of accepts the threat of danger there as in any other job.
Okay.
Report of a family fight at 2211 8 Mile Road. That's west of Haggerty.
First thing that pops into my mind, I think, will there be guns involved?
How you feel depends on what they tell you from the desk. When you're working desk, you try and find out how many people are around and what kind of problem they're having, and if it's going to really be serious for the guys, and whether you're going to need somebody else to back them up. Usually we'll try and send at least 2 cars on family fight anyway, because you never know what to expect. And sometimes you don't have them to send.
Come on down here so we can talk. Get out of here. I just come see my kids. Come on. Big one. I want to talk to them. Double jackasses. Listen, why don't you just calm the... Get out of here. Hey, get out of here. Breaking my neck. Come on, just take it. Hey, get your hands off me. What do you guys think you're doing? Knock it off. What are you at? Quick train front? Watch your head. Don't tear my shirt. Watch your head. Watch my head. Take your hands off.
Some wives can't stand to have their husbands gone all night. And when you're working a midnight to 8 shift, sometimes that creates some problems. But this is a part of the job that we both come to accept.
It's 7:44 in the morning. You have 16 minutes to make it if you have to be there at 8.
Dave's gonna tie your shoe. Tie your shoe where?
Doopy.
Doopy? Huh? Yeah, cream on your face. Here, Laura. Come here. Look at Daddy. Look up here. Okay. Okay. Say what?
Careful.
Okay.
See the menu?
Yeah.
The 12 minutes to eat. I don't think it's going to be too long. Sociology, I got 3 nights left of that. A law enforcement class, I got 1 night left. You want to make some of these things? Just have to finish my coffee. Make sure I keep my sunglasses. Let's go. Ready? No. Now, how many people actually get out and check taillights on their car, brake lights on their car, tires?
There's real bad tires in front of your car here. Bright lights. Your driver's license. Turn signal. Okay, leave your headlights on. Did you have those headlights realigned after you jacked up the back end of your car?
No, I haven't.
No. Well, Bill, what's going to happen to you?
So many people are always in a big hurry when this check lane is all of a sudden set up in front of them. I think it's right around 45 seconds to completely go through the vehicle inspection of a car. If the people can actually find their driver's license and registration.
Okay. All right, you're all set. There you go. That's first one. Last 10 cars have passed. Turn your windshield wipers and washers. You know, pull your emergency brake out. There's a lever there. Well, we were probably braking for lunch or something like that. Yeah. That isn't it either.
he had occasion to stop a vehicle. It had a bad exhaust, and lying in the back seat was a small child that had died from the fumes. He took the view that a traffic summons would call it to their attention. Possibly in that way he was saving some child or even an adult's life.
The man on the road here is faced with the vastness of the area.
Less traffic, more distance between calls, more remote areas you have to go into. You're the traffic cop out there. In reality, you're the ambulance attendant. You're the record driver.
They were set up somewhat on the concept of a conservation officer where they would work and live within the town that they're assigned.
When we live right here amongst the people, and we handle a complaint, handle a situation, or arrest somebody, or throw somebody in jail for drunk driving or somebody's son, we face them people every day down here on the street.
These people don't even say, when you go and they introduce you to somebody, they say, this is my friend. They don't say, hey, this is Tom, he's a cop.
S-T-O-D-D-A-R-D, the north end of Larson Road. The husband's been
He's gone for hours. He never stays this long.
Hey, could you give me a description of his clothing?
Well, he had a camouflage hunting suit on.
Approximately how tall?
So we'd be right here on this dead-end corner, right?
Yeah. That's about it. Just a little bit north of that, where we're at right now.
We're just on this
These 240s over here is about where he hunts.
You can't work here the way you'd work on the expressway outside of Detroit.
We deliver the arrests and the UD8s, it's a traffic citation, to the district courts in our area. We distribute and cancel and obtain different warrants and dispositions. We then deliver reports to the prosecutor's office. We obtain and discuss the complaints for various warrants and authorizations. We pick up subpoenas and make returns on subpoenas from the day previous. At the probate court, our main function is just to deliver the papers and sign the petitions. We have district court arraignments. We bring the prisoners in custody at the present time from the county jail to the courthouse, and they're taken before the judges. The paperwork has to be very precise. It makes you more of a clerk than a police officer at times.
And just blow in like you're blowing up a balloon. Now you have to put your mouth on it.
Do I have to blow a light out?
No, you just blow and I'll tell you when to stop. How many did you have today?
Couple beer. I didn't drink today.
You didn't drink it all?
No.
Okay, we can smell intoxicants on your breath. What's that from?
I had one beer. You drink beer?
Yeah, I drink beer.
You can tell the way you drive, too.
Feel angry towards the cause of the accident. Either become intoxicated to the point where they cannot drive and then kill someone else.
We're given specialized training in hostage negotiation, arrest team tactics, radiological and chemical spill, sticker suppression, VIP security, and barricaded gunmen.
Yeah, sir, this is Sergeant Jim Thomas of the State Police Fire Marshal's office.
There was heavy burning in that area, and when the fire department arrived,
But the fire started here, and the wind was from the east, which is that way.
Yeah.
The wind was coming from the north.
Well, the Fire Marshal Division is a division within the Department of State Police. By statutorily imposed duties we have to make inspections of certain type facilities. Primarily, we're interested in large lost fires where arson might be involved. It's amazing the amount of times that you can figure out the cause of where that fire started.